Welcome. Hello, hello. People are still filing in, I'm sure. Tweet just got out. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Y'all Gaming. Again, the only show on the internet that asks if y'all are gaming. I'm Coney, and he's TK, and we've got some stuff to talk to you about. Not actual games this week. Not anything too juicy in that regard, unfortunately. I know both of us are getting ready for Genesis, and there's a lot of stuff coming up, but more stuff around games in the industry at large. So how are you doing today? You ready for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm actually leaving tomorrow, unfortunately.
Me too.
Because they
Yeah.
wait, you're gonna be on Wednesday?
Wait, are you going to be there Thursday?
No, I'm gonna be there Wednesday.
Yeah, but okay. Are you free Thursday?
Oh yeah,
If you would like, we're shooting a bunch of stuff with Panda. If you want to
oh yeah,
be
I'll
a
get in
part
on
of it.
that.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, let me
Yeah.
talk to Josh then, because it's a lot of fun stuff, and I think you would. I think you'd be good in it. So I didn't know you
All
were getting
right.
in. Like nobody else is
Yeah,
getting in.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
they were all like, yeah, man, it's gonna be cheaper if you fly on a Wednesday, and then it was by like $12. So like, honestly, you didn't. It's like, but now you have to buy me an extra day in the room. They were just like, it's cool. So they have that. There's a local that I might check out and whatever. So like, I mean, I guess I'm like
Okay.
kind of ready, but you know, I how do you actually get ready for tournaments? Like as far as like for the commentary, do you like do
Mostly.
any research?
Yeah. For me, it's mostly like I'll look up what the projected brackets are going to be. I'll look up some history of like certain sets that I think might be interesting or that might come up. I'll look over who won last year just so you can like build the narrative of who's, sort of the champion. Obviously, Mars isn't quite the same as he was at the
Yeah.
last Genesis, but stuff like that. It's not too intense for me.
I mean, who
I
knows? But Mars
mostly
could be his time, bro. Could be the
no,
one.
no, not on Zero Suit, bro. He's working on the Joker, and I'm happy for that. So
That's good.
Zero
That's
Suit
good.
is unironically not good now. But no, I usually just like passively will consume a lot more like sports and other stuff, like Valorant. I'll watch Valorant casting and stuff like that, or other stuff, and I'll try to like try to pick stuff up there.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't. I just pretty much like day of. I'm like, so what's going on in this bracket? And then I'm like, all right, word. So, cause like it's freestyle, man. It's freestyle. Like I think I can't even remember the last thing I prepared for. Probably for Tekken. For like the games that I don't know that much, I definitely
Sure.
would do more research. But since like we know so much about this game just from living it for so long, it's just kind of like I will just remember history. Like I'll be
Right.
able to
Yeah.
bring up the fact that Larry Lair has been playing for just as long as we've been playing and stuff like that because we known him that long. So
Yeah.
you know,
It
so
it
it
I
is what it
think
is.
it's easier to do when you get to like top 64. Like Saturday will probably
Mhm.
be better, especially the later parts, because you could see the matches that are coming up and see how things are going. But
I
yeah,
do
no,
like
you're
I
right.
do like commentating pools though because like you always get like that one guy who's like it was like his dream to be on stream, right? You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
And so he's like he's a character in the way that he plays the game. He's a character in the like the player cam and all
Right.
that good
Yeah.
stuff. And it's just while he's like doing all this extra stuff and he's still getting like 3 stocks. So
Yeah.
it's
There's
like
always somebody who's making the most out of their minutes. They're trying really hard to get on like Kotaku. Like, look at this Pikachu player in a Pikachu suit. Yeah. You can see that interest story coming out. Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh.
I'd
Yeah.
rather watch pools of two people who are like unknown than watch like MKLeo versus round one. Like I don't need to see that.
Oh,
But
of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Yeah.
I love not knowing who's gonna win. If it's somebody good, it's
Yeah.
like they're just gonna win again, and not in a fun way. It's not fun.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but we'll talk about that later on in the show about the Genesis preview. First, we're talking about the Unreal Engine 5, and honestly, I'm gonna leave this open to you because I don't know what you're talking about here.
You could have just one article, bro.
I don't know
One.
what it is. Tell me what's up, huh? I was too busy prepping for Genesis. Why don't you prep for Huh?
All right. Well,
I'll read
the
more articles and you
Unreal-
prep for Genesis. How about that? I'll meet you in the middle.
All right. The
Huh?
Unreal Engine 5 is the new Unreal Engine. It apparently looks almost like actual humans now. They showed a little bit of they said the first game that's going to be developed under it is the new Tomb Raider, which is great because
Oh,
Tomb
wow.
Raider is a good game. However, I definitely still need to beat the last one because I was an idiot and tried to play it on super hard, and the last section is actually too hard. So it's one of those sections where like you have to stealth for like 30 minutes straight, and if you die at any point in time, you have to go back. And it's
Oh
like,
God. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I'm good. So
That's not even fun.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore. Like that's
No, that sounds terrible.
so. That was DC's fault too, man. He came in. Never seen him in my stream until that day. He was like, "Bet you won't play on super hard." Yeah, I will. Had the worst time of my life. Of course,
was
DC would do
foolish.
something like that.
Did you?
Rather
Can you
foolish.
change it in the middle of the game or no?
Nope.
Oh
I
my
have to
god! So
restart the
you're
whole thing.
stuck.
Yeah. So I told. Well, now I'm gonna go back on like medium hard, and then I'm just gonna play it for Tori because she likes Tomb Raider.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah. I'll just that way I'll actually beat it. So,
I'm looking at this Tomb Raider screenshot. This looks cartoonish. Like
cartoonish.
You said she looked real. This looks like an anime character with the big eyes and stuff. Look at that.
Hold on. Well,
I just searched Unreal Engine 5 and went to images.
Tomb Raider.
I didn't even look up Tomb Raider. I just see a cartoon character in front of me. That's not a real woman.
That's Angelina Jolie, bro.
What are you talking? Look at the eyes. What the anime is warping our minds, dude. Look at the eyes on that. They're huge.
Bro, what?
I hope
they're really not that big.
Yes, they are.
Man,
are you kidding me? I can't show. Hold on. I'm gonna cover you on the screen.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
Is that a normal human being? Let me make sure that the stream can see it. No, they can't. Hold on. Let me.
Look.
Okay, just this once. I'm gonna show you my screen. Okay, I never do this on the show. Look at this. Do you see that? What is that? It's not a normal human being, all right?
Well, okay.
Big ass eyes.
Whoa, that's not the one I was looking at. I don't think that's her.
Oh, no? That's all I see when I see Unreal Engine 5 is...
Oh, what the...
Is this one right here. Send me the one you got.
No, there's no way that's new Lara Croft.
That's what I'm surprised by. It might not be. It might just be like an engine thing, and they have two tombs being raided.
No, I don't think that's her. But but whoever this is, that's now I am in agreement that eyes are not that big.
All right, good.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It still looks good though.
No, it looks amazing.
Yeah. I wouldn't maybe not human like, but definitely like the textures and like on the skin and like the clothing look all like they should.
Yeah, if it's stylized, it's great. I'm just saying that's not a human. That's all.
Yeah. That's fair. But so that's gonna be big. It's gonna be interesting seeing how many games like now start trying to make their way through the Unreal 5 engine, and it's also gonna be interesting to see if Epic decides to just upscale stuff like Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fortnite is just like it's their bread and butter. So if you're going to make another engine, are you going to take all your games and like throw them through that engine? So are we going to get even better like textures and graphics on Fortnite soon?
Right.
Or do they just do they just like it's fine? Like you got Unreal 4 is not that far back, So
I wonder if because I know that the one thing came out, the Matrix Unreal demo. Did you ever end up playing that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like a full open city, and you can like talk to people or like see information about them or whatever. It came out a while ago, I think, maybe last year, but it didn't look as detailed as what I'm seeing from this Lara Croft thing. So,
yeah. So look, I'm hyped because like I do like Tomb Raider, so like that's sick.
Sure.
But I'm also kind of like, I'm interested to know if like people are going to now just be making games in Unreal Engine 5 just to have that as their selling point, and then there's going to be a bunch of games at the beginning.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I'm always afraid of that. Just it's shovelware, but it's Unreal Engine 5. I don't care. I don't care how good this looks if it's not fun to play. So the Wii was notorious for shovelware because everyone was like, "Oh, this is a new way to play games. Let's try to incorporate this Wiimote and its and its capabilities." And they were all just bad games.
Then there was a bunch of chicken shoot. And games where you point the thing at the screen. Honestly, though, I dug that. I dug that era. It was fun to go into the game store and see 1 billion games on the Wii. I'm down to play terrible Unreal games for like a week, and then I might, try to back off just to see what kind of gimmicks people can pull off. Unreal is also the engine of choice for really crappy $1. It and Unity sort of share the same market space for really bad $1 Slavic Steam games. So I'm in love with that. Games that come out
I
of,
forgot. That's the
that's my
grab bag.
stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it'll be good. We'll see what comes out of it. Did they say like when it's coming? It's not out now, right?
No. Not even close. I'm not sure when it's actually coming out, but it wouldn't be anytime soon, in my opinion. So just an announcement, and usually when you get an announcement, that shit is, well, except for Nintendo, who announces games that are coming out in 4 months, like they
And
really
I love
dropped
them for that.
Xenoblade one, like
That was wild.
it was like just out of nowhere, bro. Like no talk, no nothing. Just, hey, by the way, man, Xenoblade 3 coming. Like one of the best selling games on the Switch. Yeah, by the way, Xenoblade 3 coming.
That's why I love them, though. That's my favorite thing about them is that they just pop that. Like they'll just send it and be like, "Hey, all right, this is coming out soon." You don't have to get too hyped for it. You don't have to like build up too much anticipation because it just comes out. I love that.
Yeah, I feel, but then that's Nintendo's like they're one or the other. Like they announced a super hype game and it's like, yeah, this is coming out tomorrow, or they announce a game and then we never hear about it for the rest of the time of eternity. So we heard about Bayonetta 3 and Metroid 4 right like when the game released, or not when the game released, but when the Switch released, right? I mean, like a little teaser trailer for both of those.
Something like that, yeah.
So interesting. But one day we'll hear more about Metroid 4. I feel like so much time has passed now that they either have to be making a new game or it's going to get bombed.
Right, yeah. I think if it's like, what are their big things? Like if it is Zelda or Mario or something, they'll hold on to it. But yeah, I don't know. I have my own feelings about Breath of the Wild 2, and we'll see when it comes out. But if it ever does come out. I don't know. Metroid Prime is another one that people are waiting on, but whatever. Yeah. So that was the first thing. Getting off topic a little bit, but let's go ahead and move on to the second one. Second thing we're here to talk about is this Sony. Is it investment? Is it a buy? Like, what is this?
It's an investment. That's what the article said. They are investing $1 billion. Gotta hit the, you know what I'm saying? But $1 billion into Epic, which is like not a bad investment by any means. Epic is killing it. Sony is like buying a lot of shit lately.
Right,
actually, they just bought Evo, and now they're putting investment in this. I don't know what's that going to change outside of getting some more PlayStation crossovers in Fortnite. But what else does that like? What else? Yeah, what does that bring to the table? Like, I guess it's better collaborations.
I'm curious because it's not like you have an exclusive right to Epic. Like you're not just helping PlayStation or Sony. You're helping everybody they deal with. Like that game is multi-platform. Like it's all over the world. Obviously, like you said, maybe they could get like earlier tie-ins. Like if you want to add stuff like Kratos, like that kind of. If you want to add the lady from Returnal, that would be kind of a stupid tie-in. But if you want to, I just don't know what you get out of that deal. But maybe I'm too short-sighted. I'm sure there's stuff going on behind the scenes.
They've been dropping money into Epic for a bit though, because apparently this isn't the only significant Sony or investment Sony has made in Epic. In 2020, they dropped $250 million, and then it says, but for reasons at least publicly, can only be defined as a bunch of business buzzwords. So I don't know, inflation, stocks, bonds, whatever, the overhead. Anyway, it says a year later though, Sony poured a further $200 million. And for much of the same, today's investment is the third to date, so that's way more than $450 million. So they triple downed almost basically to go ahead and give this money. Interesting, don't really know what that's gonna do. I mean, you're already seeing a lot of crossovers from Sony into Fortnite as is, like Spider-Man, all that Spider-Man stuff. Spider-Man's a PS4 exclusive, PS5 exclusive, Sony owned and whatever, and then you got all these Spider-Man propaganda and spots now in Fortnite. You have the Daily Bugle there, you have the Swingers for a bit. Like there's several different Spider-Man tie-ins now as far as the outfits. So they got Marvel obviously too, but it's just like that Sony and Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like that's their guys. So
yeah, I mean, I guess if they just keep pumping into that, it makes sense. I just if they've already invested, then it's not really as monumental an announcement, I guess, as we had thought. It's weird that, it's weird to super invest into a company when everybody else is just buying them outright. Obviously, Microsoft buying Activision and Blizzard, and then before buying Bethesda. Sony isn't interested, it seems like, in buying too much, and I mean, Epic would be insane. The amount, I imagine they'd want to stay independent, but
yeah.
But we'll see how this all pans out, and it's probably just nothing. It's probably just like an investment, just purely at the business level over our heads. So we can't even like make any speculation on it. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we get some like major, like I don't know what kind of crossover you could even get from like, Epic and Sony working together, because I mean, what else is even on Epic's roster right now that people are even talking about? Like,
I don't know. It's Fortnite.
It's mostly Fortnite, yeah.
Epic Games franchises. I think they're just focused on their platform. Like they're almost like
True.
It's like another Steam where they're not like they have Gears of War, more like Tears of War. I don't know if they're making the new one. I think that the new one did get announced, but yeah, I'm looking at the rest. They have nothing else. They have Rumbleverse. Yeah.
Yeah. That needs to come out like today. Like
there you go.
Yeah. So apparently it's the Sony and the Lego family bet big or on the metaverse with $2 billion investment. So Lego too. If I swear to God, if I get a Lego man in Star Wars in Fortnite, I'm not playing anymore. Like that man's hitboxes. It's like Game & Watch. It's gonna be weird to look at. I'm gonna be missing my shots just because of that. Like, I don't know, man.
I think he's gonna be really bad because I played in a Fortnite thing recently, and I got Gilded Guy because I was like, oh, this is a funny looking skin. He's this giant gold guy with a big head, and I was like, oh, this will be funny. And then I realized that my head was like huge and very easy to shoot, and I was totally gold. And I feel like a Lego guy has the same thing of like he's gonna have this big head. You could tell him apart from the map at an instant. But it would be very funny. I would like to see that. Yeah,
just because he can't bend his legs, so he's gonna be wide walk. It's gonna be like Steve. It's gonna be like Steve.
Can't crouch. Yeah.
Can't do nothing. So that would be interesting. I don't know how they would be able to. Maybe more Star Wars stuff. I know they already had Star Wars in there, but like maybe they'll double down on that as well too. But yeah, I don't know, man. Weird, like just like a weird, cycle of news today. Just like big money's being thrown around, but what does it mean? It's basically like where we're at right now with the news cycle.
Speaking of big money getting thrown around, did you see this? We this wasn't on the docket, but it's something we didn't talk about last week. This whole PlayStation like tier system now with their online. Basically, now you can pay either 20. Let me see. What is it? You could pay the normal amount, which was 60 yearly, which is what it is now. You could pay 100 yearly, or you could play 120 yearly. And I think this is their answer to like Game Pass. So PlayStation Plus has like a bunch of PS1, PS2, PSP games, and then you could do PS3 on the cloud, which sucks. But I think that they haven't found a way to emulate PS3 because it's so weird. And then it looks like PlayStation Plus is just PS4 and PS5. So that's just Game Pass for $100 a year. Okay. That makes sense. And then the premium is like all PlayStation games from all systems. I mean, I like that. I like it when systems do that. I personally am not like a big PlayStation guy. I would do that for Nintendo, and I guess I already do with my Nintendo, Super Nintendo N64 thing. I actually don't mind. I know a lot of people got mad because they were saying, this is so greedy. How are you charging $120 a year? $10 a month for that kind of catalog, I don't think is crazy, especially if you're using it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use it, but like I definitely agree with you. I wasn't really a PlayStation kid until PlayStation 4, so it was like Xbox 360, and then I swapped over after, and I'll never go back because Xbox sucked now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's not really like a lot of backlog that I need to go back to play or whatever. But I mean, it's still cool for those like collectors and people who just kind of like want to play some games, some nostalgia games.
Yeah,
I feel like nostalgia doesn't hit me as hard anymore because like a lot of games are just annoying now. Like that, like I had the time and patience to play as a child that I do not have anymore. Pretty much any RPG that has random encounters, I'm good.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Can't do that. Just can't do that, bro. Like Pokemon's the last one I can do, and that's because you can actually pick still. Like you're like, all right, I will walk in this grass. But something like Final Fantasy, like old ones, nah.
It just feels so archaic. It feels
Yeah.
so old. I think there's a lot of games like that that just like do not feel the same. I
That's why I'm so mad about like Chrono Trigger, because like I love that game, but like
Right.
then I think about like going back to play it, I'm like, nah, nah, man, I'm good.
I feel like those games need a speed up button. Like they need
Yeah.
something that can either speed them up or like I played Earthbound a few weeks ago. Rewind made that way more fun. Because if I do get in a
Okay.
random encounter, I could. Well, that game doesn't have random encounters, but if I did, I could rewind it and say, "Nah, no thanks," and I'll just keep going. So I don't know. Those old games are kind of bad, but some of them are still like if you could play Symphony of the Night on this PlayStation thing, that game still goes crazy. So there's a few things, but that's it for PlayStation. Last thing we had was just Genesis preview.
Yeah.
God, 4,000 people I think going, 4,000 entrants. Good lord.
It's crazy that like, so you know, people when they move flights, and everyone was like, I can't change my flights. I was like, well, you don't have to change them. You can, I mean, you don't have to cancel them and get the money back. You can just use that like credit depending on how you flew. Like you flew Spirit, like that's on you. You know what I mean? But like for anybody who flew a respectable airline, you can usually just call and be like, hey, I'd like to use this credit for a different flight because
it's very funny you bring that up. So I booked my vacation for this year. Mal and I were going to go in June, but I have a sponsor game campaign that I'm going to be taking part in. And I wasn't going to change the dates, but I ended up trying to do it. But we were going to fly down on Spirit. So now I have to rearrange my flight, and I hope I get to. I'm a little nervous.
You make enough money to not have to do this, bro.
No, but it was so much cheaper though. It was so, you know what? It wasn't only that it was cheaper, it was also way faster. It's a direct flight.
Okay, all right.
You know,
all right.
Like we're going to Jamaica and it was like do we get like a one stop or two stops, or do we get the direct flight on Spirit? I took the direct flight. Hopefully I'll get the credit from Spirit. I think they'll understand. I don't know.
Okay.
But
okay. Well, we'll see. That's there's no universe where I feel like I'll catch myself on a Spirit flight unless like I am going somewhere for one day only. Like I get up at like 10 and I fly to like Maryland to hang out with like someone, or like for like a birthday party or something, and then I'll go back home at like 12, like like midnight.
Yeah.
That's probably the only way, because all them extra hidden fees and nah, man, I'm good. What's first class on Spirit? What does that even get you, bro?
A pillow, probably. A straw blanket. I don't know. A visor.
A bale of hay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't, a fresh egg. I don't know. I don't know what you would get on a Spirit flight for paying extra. They say that you get the big seat. I think it's like an extra cushy seat, which probably is good because the rest of Spirit feels like a bus. It's just so thin, the cushioning. So I don't know. Mal was mad at me too, but I'm paying for the thing, so suck it up, honey.
Someone right at the beginning said thoughts on the Fortnite Battle Pass. All right. So I understand that Doctor Strange is supposed to be all cool and shit, but like he's actually like probably one of the few characters that I really don't give a shit about in the Marvel universe. So like I never watched any of his movies, but like I've seen him in all of the the Together movies, and I think he has cool powers, and like he has cool lines and stuff. But like there's never been a time where I felt like, man, I really want to go back and watch that movie. So because he's at the top of the Battle Pass, I really don't care. Other than that, it's just a Battle Pass. Just another one. Just I'm playing the game. Let me get some rewards for it.
I think Fortnite does great Battle Passes though. Like better than pretty much any other game. I think they're the best at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know anything about this one in particular. But all right, back to Genesis. I don't know really what there is to discuss. I mean, we haven't had an event like this, at least not this large, in a long time. I feel bad for Pound and Low Tier City because they come right after it, and it feels like
I think Low Tier got shafted the hardest.
Oh, no question. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I mean, Pound is East Coast has a lot of people. Texas actually has a lot of people too, but like you still kind of like require people to travel. But
state.
East Coast, Maryland specifically can get everyone from Florida to New York to drive. I mean, from like Florida, honestly, like Massachusetts, down to drive. So you can still get those people in there. But like for Texas, you're gonna get a lot of flights. And seeing that those people had to spend extra money for their flight because it's Easter weekend.
Right.
Yeah, we're it's unfortunate. Like I didn't even get hired for that this year because he was like, look, I mean, like we talked and he was just like, look, man, like it's looking kind of small. Like I think we're gonna like just kind of bring some of our local guys up. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense. I'm still gonna go because like it's right around the corner. Like I'm
Sure.
still gonna like hang out and stuff. But just like that sucks because I do like Trey and
Yeah, of course.
and I also like Riptide and Lowtide. It was a cool tournament. So still be there, still hang out, But yeah.
Yeah, I love both of those events. Unfortunately, yeah, I got the same feeling where it's just like, I don't know, it seemed a lot smaller than I think they wanted it to be. And the other issue with that area is it's mad expensive. That Kalahari, I think, is the biggest one in the country. So that particular event is a lot more expensive than some of the other ones.
But usually aren't resorts usually like kind of cheaper because like they want you to spend all the money doing all the other stuff, which is expensive?
You'd think that, but I think last I checked, a room that weekend at that Kalahari, it was like $300 a night.
Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
And I don't know if that's true. I could be making that up, but it was like $300 a night, and then also you're at the resort, so everything else pays more or is more expensive. It just and then you're going to the tournament. It's like
I think a resort's like Vegas basically, but I guess that's probably not exactly 1-to-1 because you can get like pretty nice hotels in Vegas for like $100 a night, but then they're always like, oh, you want to eat like a burger? That's gonna be $70. You're like,
right, yeah.
So.
And at the Kalahari, it's like you get your water park stuff with the room, so I guess they bake that into the price. But I don't know. I hope the best for Low Tide and Pound, of course.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Genesis, for what it's worth, though, I mean, good cleanup. Like,
sure.
Yeah, you had to cancel your first event because things were getting a little hectic, and usually when you have to cancel or move like that, it does not go well. And yeah, there was a little pushback, and there was a couple idiots on the timeline talking mess. There was that one guy who was like, "You better give me my refund or I'm going to sue," and everyone was like, "Dude, we'll just give you $60." like you're going to go through the legal fees for $60? All right, man. But yeah. So like, I mean, nice bounce back. I know there's probably some people who couldn't make it. I saw that B said that she wasn't going to be able to make it. That sucks. But just there, nice bounce back. It could have went terribly. Could have like lost a crazy amount of money, and it might still be going in the red. But hopefully, it's still a great event.
I think it'll be good. I think a lot of people are understanding. I worry how much crap they're getting behind the scenes. Like, I'm sure that one guy that was very public about getting his money back is one guy, but I'm sure they're getting a lot of that from people who aren't quite as public online, so I hope they don't get too much of it. But I'm excited for the venue. It's the old San Jose venue that they've had before. I hate that area because there's nothing to do and nowhere to eat, but I do love the venue. The venue itself rules. It's the same one that we had for the first year of Smash 4, I think, or maybe the second one. I can't remember. It was one where Cloud came out.
Okay, but they got out of Oakland, basically, is what we're
right. Hearing. And Oakland had its own issues because that place was. Yeah. I got told repeatedly not to walk anywhere at night. So, glad we're out of there.
Yeah, so should be a good time. A lot of our friends are going, obviously, too. So get to hang out with that. That's nice. It's always nice to get the homies back together.
Yeah.
But as far as the tournament goes, I mean, it feels like right now the talk of the town really is MK Leo's Corrin, and if he's going to bring that back out, and also if Spargo's still got the sauce to like beat him again at some point in time. It's really just like it's like a Mexican Civil War right now.
Sure.
With him. So because. We have, there's some good American players. Larry can sometimes make some waves out of nowhere. You obviously still have Tweak in the running, but just for the most part, like when you think of top two, I think almost everyone is thinking about MKLeo and Spargo.
Yeah, no question. We'll see how they do. Yeah. I mean, there are also questions of like how far Tweak is going to go. I think Tweak is never top 8 at a Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, Mars is going in, despite being the winner, whenever the last Genesis happened, a year or two ago, whenever that was, probably going to be, he's going to have some tough competition here. It's going to be tough, to say the least, for him, I think. So he's going to be there. And then a lot of not really up-and-comers, but people like, obviously, Elegant, I think, is going to be a guy to watch. And then you've got people like Kagged, who's been really strong lately. So I don't know. It's going to be up in the air. My favorite matches are always the ones leading into top 8, the ones late on Saturday.
Those go crazy.
I love those because like who's going to get on the stage the next day?
Yeah.
How do you feel about closing with Melee?
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Did they do that last year?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Genesis is historically a Melee tournament. I think currently right now I just don't like the Melee top. Like the top players to me just don't strike me as like interesting. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with that either. Like it's not like I need to, love every top player and stuff. It's just like I just don't relate to them like I related to like the Five Gods or whatever. But it's not even like I related all of them to either. But like just there was some level of like allure about that time period. Now it's just like IBDW and Zayn and just
sure.
like I like those guys, but like I don't know much more about them, so I don't know.
They're a little bit more reserved, and at least Zayn is, and I think IBDW is, let's say, abrasive at times. It's kind of his shtick.
Yeah,
can sometimes be a little, aggressive in ways.
Yeah.
Guy's hyper competitive, wants to be the best. So, I saw that Lod and HBox had a very famed set recently, which was over this I think it was over the weekend or a few days ago. It might have been Monday or Tuesday, Sunday, I don't know, but either way it was Giga Schwab, and it was like 120 minute or an 80 or 90 minute series of sets. It was 2 sets, and there are a lot of games that went to time, and part of me is wondering if we're gonna see stuff like that at Genesis, because maybe floaties are back. I don't know.
Yeah, but like you get that. I mean, like I don't know, man. Like I'm
saying you want to close with Melee, and then you're gonna get like Puff Puff Peach Peach. Like if Lod and Polish both get top 8, and then HBox is there.
This is that. It's that propaganda, man. This is where they, this was what's basically going to start those fights again about which game is more boring.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I think every game has his moment of boringness. I remember, thinking back to like Puff Peach, like that when Music King, I don't know who he's playing, but and then he did a Peach Ditto. That was just super boring to watch.
Right, yeah.
But like the same thing can happen if like 2 Steves make top 8 and they decide to be super lame. So like, I don't know.
Sure.
It's gonna be interesting, and hopefully that like the legacy that Genesis has will like reinvigorate like Melee as far as like the hype, because right now I just don't see it like that. I mean, I don't see a lot of Melee players like fawning over their game like they used to, which is probably like for the better anyway. Like I feel like sometimes those guys are going a little crazy about like Melee is life, Melee is grow up, but like but it is kind of like you can definitely feel like there's like a little bit of a drought or a little bit of a dip. And then also looking at Summit, with Ultimate Summit getting like all this money and views, and then like Melee Summit, it does get pretty good views, but the money's not there right now. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just things to think about.
Yeah, I'm a little curious how Melee's gonna do. Also being like later on. I mean, like if we start Ultimate top 8, it says it starts at 1 on West Coast, which means 4 on East Coast. We know it's gonna start late. So let's say it starts at 2 West Coast, 5 East Coast, and let's say that goes for 4 hours, maybe 5 if we get Sonics in top 8. Let's say that Melee starts at 8 or 9. That joint's going till, 8 or 9 on East Coast. That joint's probably going to go till midnight or 1. And I know that that's what, like, people have been annoyed by that in the past with their tournaments going so late. And trying to watch it. So people have said that that's led to, like, viewership dips and, people not staying up as long. I'm curious what the turnout's going to be at the very end, because like you said, I do think Melee is like the viewership just isn't there lately, but maybe the magic of having it all in the same room and offline and LAN, maybe that'll be enough. That
plus, again, you always gotta give the Genesis buff, just like Big House.
Right.
Melee, Big House, Melee, Genesis, like it should do some numbers. So we'll see. But
if Mango gets top 8, if Mango gets top 8, then they're gonna be fine.
Yeah. But that's going on this weekend. So if you guys wanted to watch some smash action, well, yeah, tune in to BTS. They'll probably have like 4 streams up, and 3 of them will probably run terribly because of nepotism. But it's all good, bro. One day.
That's messed up. That's not right to
One
say.
day
You're gonna be on one of
day
those
you'll hire
streams.
I don't care, bro. I tell them this is their phase, bro. Y'all got to stop hiring your friends and hire someone who actually knows production. You know, if I'm fixing stuff from commentary,
Yeah,
it's an issue, bro.
everybody's got their favorites, I guess. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but what can you do?
I do like. Look, when it comes to Summit specifically, those guys kill it. It's
Sure.
it's the A team. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
they're on it. But as soon as we start going into the B's and C teams, got guys in the back of my ear panicking. I don't know what to do. Okay, man.
Yeah,
You're freaking me out, bro.
It gets a little loud sometimes. Those mics can be kind of a mess. Unfortunately, I think I'm on the second stream for top 16, like for closing it out. It's me and EE, so not looking forward to that, but I'm looking forward to the matches.
What?
They'll be fun.
Oh, I haven't even looked at where am I?
The schedule?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that me and
I'm
EE are closing top 16
Oh, maybe I'm not doing top 16
that day. I don't know.
Sick. I mean, I get to be in the crowd, drunk.
I don't know who's on the other
the-
side. Does that happen? That's very funny. Oh God, you don't even understand.
Yeah, man.
It happens all the time where like we'll be vamping before a match, trying to find stuff to talk about, not even talk about anything, and then we'll just hear in our ear.
Trying to get the next match for you. Next match coming up. I'll tell you when the next match is coming.
It's like, and it's like way louder. It's like it's like deafening. You get stunned.
Yeah, it's always like this is so we're just ranting now. So whoever's watching this on like or whoever's listening to this on Spotify, if you listen this long, thank you. But bro, it's always like the bigger money companies. Because when we worked for Thunder, bro, man, I feel like I had to go get my ears checked after that.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
He would check in just for nothing too. He'd be like
20 minutes ago, 20 minutes, and then you're going to go into the next match, 20 minutes. 18 minutes till the next match, 18 minutes.
I'm like, okay, man, how about 5? How about telling us 5 and then 1? That's all I need. It was, I don't know. Too much communication is sometimes an error.
I mean, I'm looking for the schedule. All I see is this Papa John's thing.
No, it's higher if you scroll up a little bit. I seen it. All right, we'll figure that out. You guys figure out where you can watch Genesis, twitch.tv/BTS Smash. Thanks for tuning in to Y'all Gaming. We'll see you next time. This is going to be on podcasts and Spotify. You can check it out below. Y'all Gaming in those. See you next week. But for this week, we're done. For myself and TK, goodbye.